number 2?
Yeah, number 3.
Number 3?
Yeah. It always just does this. It's trying to go live. What the hell is loose back here? It should show the gas station. And we're 34 seconds in.
Okay, number 2.
Oh. What's going on here? All right. That's the last one. It's 1 minute in now, so it's got one person in there. My phone, trying to go, always messes up for some reason. Doesn't want to angle the phone and everything else.
Turn left onto US 60 West.
Clear here?
Yeah.
Continue on US 60 West for 17 miles.
There you
Is it working? I don't know what the deal was before. It says we got 2 people there now, so.
Okay, so yesterday.
Hold on, let's just, let's see, this is going right first.
Okay.
I haven't seen anybody type anything yet. Somebody type something if you hear me okay.
Well, I'm right behind you, so I can...
Yeah, but you
don't
get your
count.
sound. It's kind of weirdly.
Well, it's cloudy, huh?
That's what.
Good morning. I see Jan said, good morning. Hey, can you hear me, Ed? I just want to know if you can hear me. Or I've got the sound not up high enough.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I hear. Okay, good. All right. Woo! All right. So.
Let me preface.
All right.
So y'all know that we've been having internet issues since we had the last storm and lightning and near tornado, blah, blah, blah. And we called it in because it was taking so long to upload our videos. I think it was
13 hours.
13 hours
a
for
15-minute video.
15 minutes, and that was miles, right?
Right. No.
Okay.
Yeah. No. That was our hot dog video. I had to get it done.
Oh, okay, that's right. So we were able to download the videos onto a zip. No,
it's
he
on
downloaded
my external hard drive.
external hard drive. We went down to Wayne's house and used his Wi-Fi. It took the afternoon videos, but we still got them uploaded. They were able to come home to the computer and finish up the process. We had an appointment.
The router
In the house.
It looks in the house and looks at me and says, your internet's fine, your Wi-Fi's fine. And we're like, it's not fine because it's not uploading videos. That stuff. I mean, it's like I was putting him out.
So he left.
He left, and he said it was fine. So I tried to upload another video on Tuesday, and it 7 minutes in, it was only 2% done. 14 minutes in, it was 2% done. Well, I calculated out for that video to upload, it would have been 700 minutes, which is just shy of 12 hours.
So we called again, and Jerry talked to them this time better. Well, he was on the first call for a technician to come out, but he did the whole thing this time. He said they're going to be out Thursday from 1 to 3, and I said, okay, fine. So Thursday came along.
The guy comes out. It's the guy's been at our house before. We've had problems before, and he knows we're doing a YouTube channel. And he goes, "You can't have 13 hours uploaded video. It's ridiculous." I said, "No, I don't understand what's going on. So let me go through a bunch of tests, and I'll double check everything, and then we'll figure out what's going on." I said, "Fine." So he was gone for a while. Come back, and he said everything down there is okay. Everything up here looks like it's okay. He says so. I'm making a long story short. Right. He says, "Let's show me what you're doing." So I went in and we started to upload the video. Mm-hmm. And he's standing there watching, and it's taking nothing. It says 0%. 3 minutes later, it says 5 minutes later, it says 1%. He goes, "That's ridiculous." He says, "What's the size of that video?" So I went over to my file where I have the video, and I hovered over it, and it said it was 14.4 gigabytes. He said, "Oh my Lord, that's a huge video. Why is it that big?" And I said, "I don't know. It's only 14 minutes long, so why? I don't know why it's that big." So I started looking at the. He goes, "Well, what's your other videos at?" Well, I started looking at other videos. They're like 900, megabytes and 1.1 gigabyte and stuff like that. And I thought, well, that makes no sense. So I started looking at the file name. The file name, instead of being an MP4 video, it was an MOV video.
It had converted to a movie.
Yeah, which is an Apple format. I mean, YouTube don't care because they're gonna play it no matter what. That makes no difference. But for me to upload it, it takes forever to upload it. So I went in and I called Ralph, and Ralph.
So we thanked the guy. He left.
Yeah, I thank the guy for bringing that to my attention because I had no idea, and I had already uploaded a video from DaVinci, and it had no problems. So it's not. So I don't know how it got changed to MOV. So I thank him for bringing that to my attention. I said I appreciate your time. He said no problems as long as you get your videos out. That's all. That's all that makes a difference.
And he said that it used up 50 some odd stuff on our hard drive.
No, he didn't say nothing like that. I figured it out.
Okay, you figured out that
The 4 videos I had, actually I had 5, but the 4 videos I had was using up over 50 gigabytes on my external hard drive.
Well, you remember what happened to mine. Hey, Penny.
So anyways, I went in, I reloaded those in DaVinci, and I what do you call it? Not resolve, but
Rendered.
yeah, thank you. Re-rendered them as MP4 video. I called Ralph, and he told me how to do that. He told me what I did. I had skipped an actual step in DaVinci. And when I skipped a step in DaVinci, that caused it to convert to an MOV instead of being an MP4.
Wow.
It's a learning thing. I learned a lot there.
So you're able to share that with others.
Yes.
When and if they change over to DaVinci.
Yeah, because I like DaVinci. It's just a learning curve. I mean, and there's no more fees.
Yeah.
I get no more. I'm not spending $50. Well, $21 a month, and then every 3 months, $40 more dollars.
Exactly.
So.
How long can we use the free version?
Who's riding with me? It's Jan and Susan.
That's
Simply
right.
Jan Homestead.
And I know there's a place. There it is. There we go.
There she is.
And
Hey, guys.
Susan.
We're going to Oklahoma to the Mid-America Meetup.
Why this is
Woohoo. All right,
okay. We go back on the road.
back on the road you go. Yes, Ed, it's the only meetup I'm going to this year except for mine. So,
And
Yep.
this was a last minute choice, wasn't it? I mean, not really last minute.
no,
but-
I knew I was gonna probably go. I just wasn't.
Don't want
I
to
was
drive
gonna
that
drive
much.
there, but I like driving with you guys, so I get to be chauffeured.
Yeah,
Yep.
driving Miss Jan.
That's right.
And it's Judy, right? Pierogi.
Yeah,
She's coming.
yeah, she's gonna be rooming with me.
So you got a roomie. That's good.
Yeah.
What's it say? I can't read this.
I can. Jan, you got to watch the chat.
Yeah.
Hello, Jan. Who's writing with you guys? That said, I answered that. Jan is better known as special Jan to me. Oh. We're staying till we leave Sunday, Ed. We're staying at what hotel?
Stay in Chickasaw.
in Chickasaw.
Yeah.
Chickasaw. You're special to me too, Penny. I love you. I gotta go share this out on my chat. Be right back.
Oh, you or somebody saying that?
She's doing
Oh, okay. I don't know if you're saying it or she's she read that and somebody else said that or what.
No, I just put it in my group chat. There you go. I shared it out. Oh, hit the thumbs up, y'all.
Yeah, you got no thumbs up yet.
Got 2.
No.
So we're driving south, Seneca.
Actually, it's not. We're driving west right now.
So okay, we're driving west towards
Oklahoma.
yeah. Seneca is just over the border from
They're
Oklahoma.
putting in a turn roundabout here too.
You're west of us, aren't you, Jerry?
Yes,
Yeah.
southwest.
Southwest.
They're
A
putting
friend of mine thought you lived east. I said,
Well, they kind of
No.
make sense.
We're actually just southwest of you by.
yeah.
I mean, it's not even. It's just barely. We're just barely southwest of you. We're actually just south of you.
Yeah.
Brian and Kathy from Resourceful
Living.
are coming, which they hadn't
Yeah.
thought about doing until Jerry mentioned it when he went to visit with them. They did go to 10 Killer.
No, they were going to go to this too. He said.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad I get to meet
Yeah, me too.
Cuddly Texan's gonna be
Yeah,
there.
he's already there.
And
I
then,
heard that he was there.
Pops is there. Get to see so many friends I haven't seen. It's like a big family reunion.
Uh-huh.
That's why I like going. And I don't have to do any work. Well, I say that, but I always end up working. But maybe this will be the year.
You never know. You just never know.
I love Mike and Terry so much, and they're just such great hosts.
They're good people.
Yeah, they're good people.
My niece sent out a Instagram post the other day, and I knew this, but a lot of people don't. And you know, I don't know if she was surprised by it or not, but she says, look what's happening in Wyoming, Laramie, Wyoming, in the middle of May. They're getting a snowstorm.
Oh, Brenda got to Colorado and sent me a picture of all the snow. Look what I got. And she said I had rain, storms, and this is what I pulled.
Is she moved up there?
No,
Oh.
her family's up there.
Oh. Well, have she decided where she's going to live yet? You know?
I'm not sure. I know she was looking at North Carolina.
In North Carolina, Carol's there already. The meetup.
Ramblin' Peach.
Ramblin' Peach.
Yeah,
Have you met her yet?
Yeah, she was in Jams.
That's right.
yeah.
I can't remember who that
I
was.
got
But
the peach tree.
yeah,
And I planted mine, and it's hanging in there, Jan. It has a little.
Well, I thought my pear cutting I had taken was alive, and it fell off yesterday in the pond. It's blown dry.
I went up yesterday to help Jerry put his catch trap for another
Bee trap up.
bee trap for another swarm, and across this one fence line, well, a lot of places, but across this one fence line, it's just inundated with honeysuckle in white and
in
yellow. And I've always talked about going out there and getting stars because you don't smell so good. And if I put it in a pot and plant it, have it out by one of the porch steps that the dogs go out, then that'll help,
Control. It also control it won't overgrow the pot.
Right. And
Right.
yeah, it's not so invasive. Well, I forgot about it. It was out in the shop. Oh, I stuck it in water. Before
I
we
set it
left.
there last night out of the mule when I
Yeah.
went and got the feed, so I wouldn't. It wouldn't blow out of the mule.
Right.
And then I forgot to pick it up and get it back
Right.
in.
So I don't know if it's the right time of year to try and do starts, but we'll see. My elderberry start that broke off of the plant I bought 2 years ago, or a year ago, is just full of roots. I got to get it in a pot,
Yeah.
get those set out where they're
I
going to
just
live.
stuck some sticks because they were too close to my garage.
Yeah.
So I just stuck them in the dirt. They're hanging in there too.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Well, I read and I tried it, and I put the date on a piece of painter's tape on the jar that it takes 6 to 8 weeks for them to root out, and it's going really good. So I need to get it planted out.
That's what I did with pews. Normally I could just stick them in the dirt,
Yeah.
but it did.
another roundabout up here.
60s. This is the
It's
same.
ridiculous.
Yuck, I hate roundabouts.
It keeps traffic flowing, but man, I mean,
You know, for the cross traffic.
yeah, but still, it's like, how many roundabouts do you think you need on a stretch of highway? So between our house now and the border, there's going to be 1,
2, 3,
2, 3, 4,
Already got one.
4 of
down.
them.
Four of them.
Wow.
If for less than 30 miles.
Well, I guess the state's got extra money to, build these suckers.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's not a roundabout. It looks like they move dirt. Maybe, yeah, it's a roundabout. They put dirt on the other side too. The only problem about the roundabouts is that semis have problems getting around it when they're so small. They end up going off the side of it. Down here, we had a cement dump truck a cement truck flip over because it was going around the roundabout. And the weight of the cement made it tip over.
Oh, no.
And he was going a little fast, but
Just talking. What's Des say?
something about it's missed our lives tomorrow. She texted me. I don't know. I don't know if she said it's not her.
He said, Susan, I can send you all the honeysuckle starts tomorrow. If you would like me to, it is extremely easy to start with. I have it growing underneath downstairs windows.
Who's that from?
Penny.
Oh,
Oh, I would love to. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. Because I say every year I'm going out there, and I just don't,
Yeah.
she said you can start at any time of the year.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
I
good
just
to
saw
know.
that. And there's Des.
It does. Hey, you forgot me, Des. I'm in here.
Here when we started, so she didn't see it.
So, did you cook up a bunch of freezer meals for the boss while you're gone?
Yeah, I got frozen pizza. He's got some salami, and he has a rack of baby back ribs.
Oh, he'll survive.
He'll probably cook those Sunday for when I get home.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
We have a friends.
Penny says she got her address from Jan.
Friends.
It's on our Facebook. Also, I'm sorry, on our about page too.
Yeah,
Our
that's true.
shipping address is on there.
Yeah, P.O. Box.
Yep, PO Box 91. It is on there, so.
We have friends that when she would go see her family, where would she go? She would go to Colorado, maybe, or well, I know one for sure. One time she was in the hospital, and she cooked up meals for her husband and the 2 boys. All they had to do is put them in the freezer. It's cook them at such and such a temperature. Those men went to Jack in the Box. This was in San Diego. Went to Jack in the Box, Taco Bell, all the fast food places while she was in the hospital. They didn't want to be bothered with cooking up meals.
Oh, it's P.O. Box 91.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
York City.
Yep. 64866. And Des, here, I'll show you who's with us.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
What is this zip code?
anything over here?
64866.
Hi, Des. Say it again.
64866.
Okay, there you go, Penny. I put it in there. You did a screenshot. Yeah, and I'm not even backseat driving. I'm being good.
Backseat chatter.
I'm just, running my jobs.
Excuse me. I said, excuse me, I burped.
Oh.
It's almost time for my nap.
No, you're just getting up.
So we got 3 thumbs up, 6 people in here. about the 3 drink boxes, right?
Yes.
That'll get me through the weekend.
Right.
I got little stickers on it.
In half a mile, at the traffic circle, take the second exit onto US 60.
Probably not going to have enough still. I have spent
Did we ever hear how many channels showed up in 10 Killer?
I don't know. Don't know.
It's such a pretty drive. Location. That way you can just how many do you want? 3 dozen. Say something.
What?
Honeysuckle.
Oh my gosh.
Don't stop. It's a roundabout. You're not supposed to stop. You're supposed
Yeah,
to merge
she'll
in.
take 3 dozen.
Yeah,
Penny.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'll get some too.
Yes. Yes, you will.
Traffic circle onto
I'll
US
start them for you.
Okay.
Continue on US 60 for 20
Well,
miles.
we had honeysuckle in Texas, and I hate roundabouts, Des. Anyway, we had honeysuckle in Texas, and I'd go pick it, put it in my flowers, at my table, flower pot on my base, on my table, and see where it's growing. And it always smelled so
Welcome
good.
to Oklahoma.
Thank you.
We're in Oklahoma! Sounds like I've been out partying all night. I don't have a voice. My normal big mouth. It's raspy.
So are the dogs in or out, Jan?
They're in. They're good. They went out this morning and ran around.
They'll be fine.
They don't like when I leave. They get very needy. You know?
Yeah.
They're like, Mama's gonna let it go. And I forgot to give him a treat. It was such a bad mom.
I did that with mine this morning.
Having a
Yeah. I'll be glad to see
The
you.
trees that knocked down here.
Yeah.
you know, you go away for a week. Now you're going away for a weekend. What the heck?
That time of year, get back, I gotta start cutting hay.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on how much rain we get on this weekend.
I saw
If it,
some kids.
as soon as it dries out, I'm gonna start cutting hay. I'm gonna at least 2 fields. If I can get all 3 fields.
Thank you, Betty.
If I can get all 3 fields cut, I'll get all 3 fields cut.
Yeah,
And it's showing rain for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. At this
So,
moment.
I mean, I'll cut until Friday or Saturday next week.
We'll get home. They'll get rain. The dogs will get rained on a little bit. They'll survive. It's light rain at 5 o'clock, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Then there's no rain at 9 and 10 supposedly. And then at 11, 12, it's like 20%. You know how that goes.
I wonder if Wayne's in here now.
I don't know.
If it's working to him right. If it's working right for them. I don't know what the deal was before. I don't know why it does. It's usually the 3rd time that I have to go live before I can get it working right. Hey, Ralph. Let me say, hey, Ralph. Okay, oh, yeah, Ralph's in there. Every once in a while I can get it. My new glasses makes it a little bit easier to read the chat.
Hey, Ralph.
He is such a smart man. I truly appreciate
And he's
him.
nice.
Very accessible. You've not had really any problems getting a hold of him.
I called him one time and went to his voicemail, and before I even got done with the voicemail, he was calling me back. And he's very cloud, and you can work on videos with somebody on the same video. So I said, well, I'm going to wait until I get the new program, the actual paid program, before I decide what I'm going to do that, because I don't know what I'm doing with what I got, obviously. after this. And I guess what it was, Ralph told me, he goes, click on this, you click on YouTube, and you go ahead and render it. Well, in my mind, when I was clicking on YouTube and rendering it, so I just skipped that part. I didn't click on YouTube. Into an MOV instead of it being an MP4. Yeah, so.
I'd like to figure out what happened in mine. Thank God I can find the folder. It used to love open folder.
Well,
Once you learn the benching, then I'll give her to
yeah, I'm getting it down. I mean, I've been in 6-7 videos with it now.
And he's not taking it. It's not taking any longer to do it, even though he's still learning this. The ins and outs, the steps and stuff.
Well, I haven't elaborated the videos yet. Like I haven't put any music in them.
Right, but I'm just saying, it still isn't. You aren't stressing.
No.
In a sense, it's relatively.
Well,
There you go.
sorry. Hit a dead zone or something. It's not getting hot.
Heard Lake Eufaula is muddy, kind of dirtier lake.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it was the very last time we went down over. Remember how brown it was? It all depends on how much rain they get. The more rain they get, the more muddy it gets. But it's a huge lake.
Yeah.
It's almost like a ocean out there. It's so big. It's one of the biggest lakes I've ever seen.
Pretty dry.
Yeah, it's prettier if the wind's not blowing like it is.
Sorry.
What'd you do?
I looked at a post. And the music came on. Sorry. I turned it off.
Hey, Charlie. Yeah, it is a dead zone, bro. Did you put our thumbnail up there, Jerry?
It had a thumbnail, but the one I found was one I used after we get this one was just a picture of the outside. Our thumbnail
Oh, okay.
it was that because I had it started 3 times.
Yeah.
And the last one I just did it. Started 3 times. The last one I just did.
That's that. I've said everybody, it's just getting used to the new software. Everyone makes mistakes and skips steps at first.
What was that?
Ralph, when you were talking about the
The mess up.
yeah.
There
Well-
are 9 people in here, 4 thumbs up. The thumbs up, everyone.
But plus the fact that my computer has a divided drive in it. It's you got a C and D on one drive.
Yeah.
And the C is the operating system on it. And I like to load programs in the D because the C is so full anyways. Well, sometimes it doesn't want to do that. It doesn't. The programs don't want to go into D, and I have to go through to get them right. So
Okay, girl, sit back now.
yeah, this is blowing right on it, so the phone should be cool. I think it was just a dead zone. I just got to keep an eye on it if it goes dead. In between trees and hills and stuff. Thanks, Des. Missed half the conversation. I don't know. It was just kind of chit chat. Just talking about the programs and stuff. Man, the minute is going like crazy.
So our farm babysitter's back. Told me he had everything under control. Don't worry about a thing. He's comfortable with it all. And I said, well, yeah, for 10 days you had to, or a week, you did an excellent job. You know, it's just really great.
Yeah.
He said, well, I'm all, he said it was all, up there. It was practice for August. And I said, yeah, but we got one more to go, one more little short one to go on for Jan's and June. He says, well, I don't need all these practice ones. I got it all under control. And I said, Miles, we need you to be doing the short ones too. So I know it was Josh.
I told him it's the big one's coming up in August. We're gone for 10 full days.
That's right.
And we will not be
Accessible.
like we are, at least out here, we're only a couple, 3 hours away.
Well, I think by then too that Wayne will be released and you know he can be a little more
hands-on.
involved. Yeah. Yeah. Well, as he still has to go back. I think it's probably like 3 weeks or so to get that MRI, that contrasting MRI done because their insurance paperwork's all messed up.
We'll get you stickers, Des. It's gonna come with the price.
Oh, when we get back, Jan, I have to get your color still. I'm going to show you before it's up in a while. We'll get back. We have a little bit of time. I don't know what you did to this. You hit something on your phone. You hit something on your phone. It took out all the demographics and stuff. No, it's your screen. It's your
Let me start it.
It's not. It's your layers here. Stop it. Start it up. Start it up. Then it's your layers.
I just did start it.
Oh, I just saw an old Lions Club mailbox. You can purchase the glasses now. I haven't seen one of those in years. Really cool. It's probably a 50 Chevy or Buick. All the time.
Papa Murphy, get $10 off orders, $30 plus.
I said no. I said no.
Okay, it's sent.
Our technology's getting kind of messed up again. Like, did it come up right on your screen?
Yeah, and I swiped it to go away.
Okay, now say start.
And I did that once before.
Whatever. 59 minutes to go. Mexican food sounds really good.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
Do you want me to
Taco
plug
Friday.
it?
Yeah, I'm plugging. Start plugging back in. Plug it back in. Look right on your screen.
Yeah.
Hey Arlene, how you doing?
There you go. Back. Now hit start.
So I had a tick on my side the other day, and now all I have are these phantom itches.
Yep.
Oh, it drives me nuts. And you know, every year it starts about the same time.
Susan had a seat tick on her hip the other day too.
Yeah.
And man, those things are hard to get out.
They are.
The seat ticks are small and hard, but the regular deer ticks or the dog ticks, or you want to call them, are easy. Grab a hold of them, pull them right off.
Take them off. That's funny. I was playing a game before I went to sleep, and then when I turned, I felt this pinch, and I was like, "Oh, that's a tick," and I pulled it off, and it went down the tank. Right where it belonged. Ticks can live for months in water. You know that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I looked it up.
I always squish them, pop them, break them.
Yeah, I like to torture.
Yeah, they pop them and or squeeze them tight until they pop, that
Yeah.
thing, and then throw them out.
Yeah.
I always get them. The main place I always get them is like in my hairline,
Base or
along my-
hairline?
Yeah.
in my neck.
Well,
And I don't know how. I don't feel them crawling up and on, so I don't know how they get on. You know?
they have to be jumping. It's the same with me too. My head, my neck.
Yeah.
And actually, I had Kevin do a tick check on my neck last night because I must have picked it off. But I'm telling you, there's a big bump there, so
Yeah,
I know that was.
There's something there.
So,
Yeah.
I hate
I got more this year than I've had in the last 10 years.
it. Yeah.
I mean, I had one on each leg, a seed tick on one leg and a deer tick on the other one that went through my sock.
Wow.
Wayne says down at his place they're always picking. They've got two little Frenchies and a Chiweenie, and Miles has a rescued lab, part lab, and they're constantly picking them up. They want to get guineas and or chickens again to help.
Guineas will just get in.
I know.
Guineas I thought chickens would be smarter, but we've had, the last week, we've had
No, it was a month.
2 weeks.
3 weeks.
We've had 4 or 5 hit on the road.
My colored
All
girls.
the Americanas are all been hit on the road.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
no. Because my chicken, every egg that's laid in the coop, she just swoops them up and takes them under her. She probably got 30, 40 eggs under her.
Really?
Who's that?
One of the chickens, I got one of my black olive eggers. She's been laying on them. And then one of my gray Easter eggers decided to join her. And then
That was a rock.
yeah.
That hit my brand new windshield. I don't see no cracks though.
Then in the shop,
We're
I
safe,
have
Eddie. We're safe.
In half a mile, keep
another
left to
olive
stay on
egger
US
laying
60
on
West.
eggs. She had 4. I gave her 2. She had 2 more under there. Who knows? So I'll have chicks galore.
Yeah, you're gonna have problems telling which is which though. Until they start feathering out.
Keep left to stay on
Meet
US
them
60
there,
West.
Well, I know one thing. The Americana's eggs are always smaller than the what do you call I call Rhode Islands. We do that.
They're the Highlands.
The Highlands. The
brown
Highland eggs are huge.
Yeah, they have big eggs.
You know.
Yeah.
In half a mile, use the left lane to take
chicken
the
hen
I-74
source.
west ramp to Tulsa.
She got in some white Highlands, and she was selling them for $10 a piece. Then she got rid of they
But
all
she
went
said they have
fast.
leghorns.
Highlands. They were white.
I
Yeah.
thought you told me they're leghorns. You
I'll have to
said.
go back. Well, she got
Use the left lane to
another
take the
batch of them.
I-44 west
She's now
ramp.
selling them for $5 and having a bit of a problem. Not a bit of a problem, but
She
she's.
said that they took the
Continue on
booth out.
I-44 west
Yeah.
for 20 miles.
There's no booths. They took
There
the
was a
booths
booth
out.
there last time. We went through
But it's
there.
not used.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
They laid off all those people that used
Yep.
to collect that money.
Yep.
Or where?
Oklahoma is doing away with the people manned toll
Oh, I
booths.
know.
It's all y'all have to have a Pikes Pass
Like pass, or
whatever.
they'll take a picture of your license plate and they send you a bill.
Yeah. Well, apparently I've been all over the country because I keep getting these spam texts.
Yeah, I don't.
And I've been in Colorado, California, who knows where else. I lost track. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, that you need to contact them with your information so they can update your money in your accounts. Well, I got that.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, right, whatever. You know.
I report them
I got one right after I got to from Texas. I got one. It said in Oklahoma, and I said I know it's good because I watched it every time I go through. It'll say thank you. You know.
Yeah.
But see, down there they call it. Up here it's called Pike's Fast. Down in Texas it's called Easy Pay.
Okay, yeah. Well, when I got a foreign number,
It's two separate things.
yeah,
What is?
I got
Easy.
a foreign number saying I had tolls due, and I was like, well, first of all, you're not even in our country, so you blew that one, buddy.
Well, here's one for you. I got a messenger message yesterday. I got 3 of them, matter of fact, from 3 different people. One was this girl named Kate. She wanted to bless me with $5,000.
Well,
And I said, okay, that's fine. Send it to me on PayPal. And she wanted me, do you have a Walmart card? Or do you have this? Do you have that? I said, no, don't have any of that stuff. I said, I have a PayPal. You send it to my PayPal.
yeah.
Okay, I'll send you PayPal. And then I hit another for a while. Then I got another guy called Dustin Long. That sent me and said, I want to give you $6,500. I said, great. What would you do with $6,500 you have? I said, I'd share it with other people. And I pay some bills. You know, and he said, well, he goes, well, I'll just send you $6,500. I said, okay, send it to my PayPal. Here's my PayPal thing. Well, you know, when you do PayPal, you get notice.
Yeah.
Right? So those went for a while. And then I got one from Elon Musk. He said he wanted to send me, was going to bless me with $500,000, and I was going to get a what do you call this car? What do you call that car that has Elon Musk car? What is it? That's a Tesla. Car. Said I'm going to give you a Tesla at Christmas time. And I said, well, keep that piece of crap Tesla because it's just a fire hazard. I don't want that damn thing.
No, thank
And I said, so don't bother sending that to me. And I said, but you can send me the cash through my PayPal. Didn't hear nothing back from that one. The others you kept saying that we've loaded the money in your pay. One said send me $50 to withdraw the money. I said, no, that's not how it works. I said, and besides that, my PayPal, if you put money in there, it's going to tell me the money's there. I go and withdraw without paying. Oh, we have to have a bounce back pay. I said, I'll tell you what, let me have the money, then I'll send you. I'll be more than happy to send you. On all day, I say, oh, yeah, I haven't seen that PayPal. Are you sure you got to take care of? They send me pictures that are pictures of PayPal with money on it and stuff. But, you know, that they spend. I don't know how much time they spent doing that to try to make it look like they sent me money, but it just cracks me up.
Scamming spammers.
Penny says that she puts tea tree oil in her dog shampoo for tips. She also puts it in her body lotions when she's outside working.
I
But
heard
we
that
don't.
works good.
But we don't bathe the dog, so I wonder if you could do it like you do Flea Nest and just put a line of tea oil.
Where's tea tree?
Oil. I don't know. You have to look it up.
You got Melaleuca oil.
Might be able to do that.
And that's eucalyptus oil.
Well,
Now, in one of Melaleuca's catalogs, they have a treatment. Takes natural treatment. I haven't really looked at it on this year.
Yeah.
I have to revisit it. Tea tree works great.
so Jane, this place that I get the chickens at, they also get produce in and whatever. She has 4 half-bushel boxes of Georgia peaches. $55 for a half-bushel box, or $5 a pound. What do you think? Pricey?
$50 for a half bushel box?
Yes, $55 for a half-bushel box.
Well, how much is a bushel?
I don't know.
Depends.
I don't know.
I mean, you know, a bushel is usually
Sounds
50 or
good.
60 pounds. So if it's 60 pounds, $5, it'd be 5 pounds for $12.
Hey, Tammy.
All right? 5 pounds, you said, for $12?
Yes.
So if it's 30 pounds, 5 pounds for $12, 30 pounds would be 6 times 12 is 72. So it'd be cheaper to get a pound, add half a bushel if it's that way. You know, first of all, you need to know how many pounds are in a bushel.
That's a man's area. Man.
I know.
That's why
All right, come on, person, let's go. You're blocking traffic. Let me go on the speed limit.
Okay, a bushel of peaches is between 48 and 52 pounds, so about 50 pounds.
So that means 25 pounds, half bushel, which is 5 times 5 is so it's 5 times 12 would be $60 for a half bushel.
At five.
And if I could add
So you're getting a
add 5
deal.
pounds.
You're saving $5 by getting a half box. She's only got 4 boxes. There you go, like Buster.
See?
But
We're not turning around and going back and get
No.
those.
you have so many produce markets and stands coming
the last time she sold these white Highland chickens was $8 each, and then now she's down to $5. So
they have got a lot extra ones they haven't got rid of.
yeah,
There
they're
you go. You found the gas pedal.
16 weeks old, so they still have, another year and a half or so.
You got off the phone, or you finally found the pedal.
I did buy chickens from her one time for $8, but they were Rhode Island colored. But that was at the beginning of the pandemic. It was like 2019. They were selling them for $8, and I wanted to replace what I was losing in my flock because they do get over, they do die, they do get hit by the cars, and I paid it. I went up and bought 5 of them, 10 of them.
It's still, it's cheaper than buying a chick for $3 or $4 or $5,
And raising it
and
up.
instead of 6 months raising it
Right.
before you get eggs.
Yeah.
I mean, you get those birds, you bring them home, you get eggs right away. Usually like the next day or on the way home you get one.
Yeah.
I have had that, yeah.
So it's like
No, I'm not complaining. I'm just, watching the fluctuation.
chicks are fun to have around, once in a while, but around our place they end up being
They drowned in the grass.
yeah, they drown in the grass, or they end up being food for the owls, or
Yeah.
Miles been trapping
Oh my gosh.
coyotes coyotes, trapping raccoons at our place, and he's getting more than he's averaging more than one a day.
He put his
got-
traps out on Monday, and he started collecting them on Tuesdays.
Yeah, he got one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, one on Thursday, I think it was 2 on Friday, 1 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday.
He also got a possum.
Yeah, but that's not count possums. 2 on the next Monday,
Which is this week.
which is this week, and then he had one. He had 1 on Tuesday, 1 on 2 on Wednesday. No, 2 yesterday. And 1 on Wednesday, and he had 1 today. And today he got a coyote.
He's putting the raccoons out in our boneyard.
We call our boneyard area. The raccoon and the coyotes come in there, and they end up eating the raccoons and stuff. Well, he was going there, and there was a coyote laying there, and it stuck his head up, and he popped it. So he got a coyote. So that's I know everybody says, oh, you gotta be careful of trapping and all that stuff. Well, you know what? We have so many raccoons.
We don't have turkeys.
That's why we have no turkeys in our place. And I would like to get turkeys there, but we have to thin out the raccoons. And I know that when we started thinning out the coyotes, our deer population just took off.
Oh yeah.
We had seen 1 or 2 deer on our cameras. Well, we said a guy come out and started shooting coyotes and dispatching coyotes. And when he started doing that, our deer population, we started getting 7, 8, 9, 10 deer pictures. Now I got one picture that has 17 deer on it.
Wow, that's awesome.
So our population took off when they got rid of the coyotes. So hopefully, we eliminate a lot of the raccoons. The turkeys will start coming in. We have places for the turkeys to stay, so it's not like
Yeah.
the environment's not there for them.
Do you have a pass, a tag?
Yeah, Pikes Pass. Yeah.
Yeah?
That's good.
Don't worry about it. There's no toll. We just keep on.
They took this one up.
Yeah, they take them all out. I don't know. We'll stop.
You have to have a Pikes Pass, or
Or
you
they'll
get
send you a bill.
you get a bill in mail.
Yeah.
And back to that, there is a Pikes Pass, and then there's also Easy Passes. And there's Easy Passes for you.
But I don't have the Easy Pass down in Texas. And I drove through them. And they all said thank you.
Well, they're connected to the Pikes Pass
Well,
or something. Yes.
okay, so the main difference.
But
That's why I asked you when you were at work. I said, do you have to have a different pass for each the different areas?
No.
You said no.
No, because I got Easy Passes for Tammy. I got them from Easy Pass, Ohio, that covers all the eastern states. Actually, we got
There are objects on road ahead.
Easy
Yeah,
Passes
cars called
for
cars.
the Sun Pass. Also, Florida's Sun Pass covers a lot more states than it used to, and it's also an Easy Pass. They have a pay by plate.
Well, we haven't had anything in the mail yet, so
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
I'm not worried about it either. See, we will bill you with Pikes Pass or pay by plate.
Yeah, so they closed this off.
Yeah.
That used to be the way you pay.
Right.
They closed that all off.
No, thank you.
These are those out too. It's better that you don't have to stop. There's times when you come through here, there's a line that you have to wait 4 or 5 minutes to go through. But they just put a whole lot of people out of work.
Maybe they have some jobs.
Maybe.
In 2 miles, take exit 283 toward US 69, Big Cabin.
Okay.
Okay. Kevin bought a new cooler. It's really nice. But it's too big, to bring. So then I was at Dollar Tree yesterday. They had a 38 quart, or 35, 38, and it was $35. I'm kicking myself for not getting
I got the cooler back there. It's a little like Coleman.
it. Yeah.
Is it Coleman? You saw coolers I saw.
I did because you. Yeah.
In 3/4 of a
And
mile,
it's
take exit 283
I
toward
bought it
US
when I was down in
69, Big
Texas. I
Cabin.
paid $25 for it. But
Sorry.
How big was it?
Go ahead, Jan. Sorry.
I have no idea. It's right there next to your shoulder.
It's probably a 10 gallon. I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah.
Man, for little things like this,
That's
it's
like what we use for our fish. That same.
yeah. But that's yeah. And for this,
Take exit 283.
for trips like this, it's you don't need that much. They're not
Des,
hauling beef in it.
Des says, Jerry, do you want me to send you the link to the live or no, since you will be there at the
In a
meetup?
1/4 mile, take lane to turn left onto US 69 South.
She's funny.
Her life she's talking about. No, I'll probably be. No, I probably won't be live. I'll probably be watching it on the my phone, Des.
Well,
I won't be live that night.
Go live to kick off thing on Friday.
Oh, are you gonna still do that?
Well, yeah. What is that statue right there?
What?
That big white. Oh, it's
What's
an
Indian?
Hey,
Okay.
it's an
Brenda's on.
Whatever.
Is Brenda the last one? Stop.
Yeah, Brenda's the last one.
Stop what?
What? Oh, so.
Oh, we're having Taco Friday, Des.
That's right.
We're going to have Mexican.
May have fajitas this Friday.
So, so much. Oh, I have snacks. Reach over there. That's a bit of laziness right there. I sort of want some tostadas.
Boy, look at that sign.
Yeah.
It's clear down here though. It's not.
It's sunny.
It's not overcast like it was in San Diego. I mean San Diego. Like it was at home.
You're not in San Diego.
No. San Diego would be a haze rain underway
Oh,
every day. Like it was just when we left the house. That's how it was in San Diego. Almost every day. That's why. That's why there's no. Everything's kind of a dirty green.
yeah. The gas is a little cheaper.
Yeah, diesel's $2.99.
If you're a smoker in Oklahoma, you might want to quit. Because even the cheapest of the cheap are $10 a pack.
59 south for 88 miles.
Good
BYOC from your home 6.
88 miles to go.
We're almost there. Well, it's saying an hour and 35 minutes now.
Well, it said when we started off that we were supposed to arrive at 1:31, where it says now we're arriving at 1:19.
No, Jerry is not speeding. Lies. Lies.
I pushed the speed limit.
Well, you got 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm going about 59.
Yeah. Well, you go 65. Are we there yet? Remember doing that as a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Mommy, Daddy, are we there yet?
What did Penny
My
say?
daddy's skipping.
What did Penny say?
Say, I'll tell you. Well, everyone, I'm going to say goodbye tonight. I need to take me some clothes or sourdough bread out of the oven. Not in care of and enjoy making this. Carrie, Susan, special. Aw. You too, Penny.
Thanks for stopping in, Penny.
Love you, girl.
She's been new to her.
I'm gonna have to have Penny teach me how to make sourdough. I haven't
Me too.
started it today. I'm pretty sure.
How long is it? Where is it?
On the counter for about a year.
Oh, probably so.
You been feeding it?
No.
No, probably did.
I think I'm gonna try. I mean, I did it one time, but then I got it, and I was like, now what do I do? So,
I have problems with
it's like it's so easy.
it is. I have problems with getting it to, you know, after I mean, I can do the starter, and I keep mine in the refrigerator and I pull it out once a week. And I had it in the refrigerator a little bit too long. You got to feed it at least once a week when it's in the fridge. And I learned from Laura Hedgehog how to fix it, and so I spent a week fixing it because it smelled like nail polish.
Oh,
And it's just telling you that it needs to be fed. So I got it fixed, and then I made bread, and the bread came out tasting like sourdough, but it was too
hard.
yeah, thin. It's a thin batter in a sense, but I cooked it anyway. I wasn't going to throw it away, and so it came out like a flatbread, and I eventually gave it to the chickens. I pulled pieces off to eat, but I have a problem with it doing the rising part, and I have a time schedule, but I'm going back to Laura's recipe and merge the time schedule. What I have is you do all this mixing and all that, and you put it in the refrigerator to ferment overnight. got it in your cooking pans, and you pop it in the oven and you bake it. Is a temperature or something. I think it's the temperature. I know I've got to warm up my well water.
Yeah, well water's too cold, probably.
Right, so I have to warm it up a little bit and get it up to like what room temperature is. But if the house is cool, which now it's going to be because of the air conditioner, then I have to make some adjustments, and I'm not sure exactly how to do that. We love sourdough bread, but
Me too.
Yeah, we come to find out we can take the sourdough discard that Susan has, and she's not going to cook it with it, and throw it down the sink and wash it down the sink, and it helps the septic
the
tank.
septic tank.
Yes, I've heard that.
The night house did, and Angela from the Inquisitive Farm. They did June Dairy Month, and I was really intrigued. One lady showed how to make sour cream 24 hours, but you use buttermilk. The smallest buttermilk is a pint, I think it is, and you don't use that much buttermilk to make the sour cream. So I'm thinking, what the hell am I going to do with the rest of this buttermilk? I don't want to waste it. So I think that month, when I decide to do that, try that, it'll go down into the septic tank for the,
That's good. I have to try making our own sour cream.
Well, I have to make it the week that I'm going to make enchiladas, because you put my recipe takes sour cream in the beans to make them smooth, in the refried beans to make them smooth to spread on your tortillas, and I use it for me on baked potatoes and something else. I just don't want, just can't let it sit in there forever. So I have to plan that week. And it was really simple. She just made it in a small mason jar like this, and
Yeah.
that was also the collab that showed how to make Guinness mustard. I want to try that.
Which one?
The June Dairy Month, that was a couple of years ago.
What mustard?
Guinness beer, you make it with Guinness
Oh.
beer.
I
And that,
think that's good.
yeah, that sounded yummy to me. I wasn't really into the cheese making. That's a long process.
I made butter once here when the kids were little. And then, no, I think I tried cheese too.
There's a contain like a mason jar container process that's sold on Facebook. I've seen it. You crank,
Yeah.
you can make butter that way. I want to try that.
Or you can shake it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not good.
I did that when I was a kid.
I don't want to do the shaking, but all the
Yeah.
But you got to have somebody who either has fresh raw milk.
Yeah. Exactly.
no, it wasn't done with raw milk. It was done with some kind of milk, like
Or heavy cream.
yeah, and I can do that because I make
Raw milk has cream in it. It'll have heavy cream,
right.
you know.
But I make my own coffee creamer, so I have the cream for that.
Yeah. I saw at the store, I went to the antique store, there's a butter churner. And I almost picked it up, but I was like, I don't know if it's going to actually work. Because, the wooden panels.
Yeah, I might have to do some refurbishing.
Exciting.
If you didn't have to milk a cow twice a day, if you could just milk it once a day, that'd be one thing, But you have to milk it twice a day. That's just,
Well, if you calf shear,
huh?
if you calf shear, if you let the calf have it half the day, you get the other milk.
Still.
Heather, how are you doing? This is Jan. I'm riding with the Butlers.
can't go find the dairies that will sell you raw milk like you used to.
We get it at our machine shop. Small machines from the Amish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's that. I don't think Rachel has raw milk, do you?
No, I don't think so, but I have a contact in Stark City. She has
Goat milk.
goat milk.
That's the same.
Never
That you
tried
can-
milk.
Well,
Goat butter.
I don't know.
I
But,
don't
she,
think
but,
so.
but you can make yogurt out of goat milk
Yeah.
in your Instapot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've tried that a couple times.
Yeah, I'm going to try it again.
I just take a half gallon of milk, 2 tablespoons of unflavored Greek yogurt, plain,
Yeah.
and then a can of sweet condensed milk. And I mix that all up. I'll put that bad boy on yogurt and then leave it in 8 hours. It's done. And thicken. And then I put a plate on top of the bowl and put it in the fridge and it pushes thickening up. Then I add granola for
Yeah.
yummy.
My Instapot, it has a yogurt program. In the directions I do it's a Greek yogurt starter in until it beats. I was following the directions from a Facebook thing or my goat milk source, and so I let Jerry says this machine calls me. This machine's going off. It's beeping. It's beeping. Well, I didn't know, so I had to come home and read the directions of the Instapot, which did correlate with what I was doing from the Facebook directions of just, So I tried twice. The second time was better. But was it just regular milk, Jan?
Yeah. Whole milk.
Whole milk.
Yeah. Whole milk. Now, the first time I made it, I did it on the stove with the thermometer. I got all the
Yeah.
whey out of it. Yeah. And it turned out good, too.
Just more work.
Yeah, it was, yeah, a lot of work. And then Six Sisters had a video on it. And I was like, oh my God, that's so easy.
Yeah.
And it looks so good. So that's the only way I do it. Yeah, it's got sweet condensed milk in it, but hey, all the other ones.
Can you make it just with just evaporated milk?
No.
Okay.
You need the whole milk.
Well, I mean, they
Yeah,
can't, but
it's flavored yogurt.
instead of sweet condensed milk, can you use evaporated milk?
No, that's for the thickening
Okay.
and the sweetness. So, you're not really adding a bunch of sugar.
Right.
Some people add sugar, but
Well, I'm going to have honey.
We're gonna have honey.
yeah, I know that's right.
We're gonna have
You my best friends.
we're gonna have honey. That's for sure.
I have a Laura Hedgehog honey wheat bread recipe that she puts honey in. And some people even put honey in their sourdough. My friend Lucy does that.
Yeah.
Just it's not much. It's just like a couple teaspoons or tablespoons. I'm not sure because I've been doing my bread making by using a scale instead of by the cup. It's by the kilograms.
Yeah. The grams is what
Or the grams. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't, Laura and I don't know what happened, but she was commenting on my channel. I couldn't see her comments. Then I was commenting on her channels and we're both went into Google to see if somehow we got blocked. We're not blocked. We have no idea. Maybe a moderator blocked us
Yeah.
accidentally.
friend of mine gave me, that I sew with, she gave me the starter, and I was feeding it every day, discard building and all that kind of stuff. And somehow I got that nail polish thing, and I thought it was all bad. Well, I went on to Laura's site. She had, how to fix it, and that's how I've always done it. I go back and watch her videos.
I watched, Laura was one of the first channels I watched.
Right. But,
Hers and Jesse's and Arms, and one of the first ones I started watching.
And that was before they moved to
That's
Tennessee.
before she moved, yeah. And then she stopped doing videos for a long time. And she came into, I think it was she came in another live. I can't remember what it was. And I popped into the live also, and it was Scott's or if it was Jesse's. But she'd come on there and she'd be in there for a while. But then when she got ready to move, she just kind of like dropped off the face of the earth for a while.
Yeah. I met them in Kentucky. Her husband accidentally knocked my coffee out of my hand.
He's so tall.
He is very tall. Oh, they're praying for us. Thank you.
Why? I'm not that bad of a driver.
They just
Well,
covered Jerry. They're covering us.
Yeah. I applaud all the ladies that do sourdough discard recipes and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to do that. It's just more than
It's time consuming.
it's more time consuming, and I just have to, However, I do take discard and put it in my brownies, and that kind of gives a different kind of flavor, to it. But I'm not making crackers. I want to try to do like English muffins or something, because that's something that,
Yeah.
but not to do crackers, and I don't know. So I applaud them. The other person, I have to go check her out. I haven't really watched that much of hers, but she's got a book out now, and I'm not buying a book to do all the recipes and all that kind of stuff. But Laura, Lisa Bass, she's got the Farmhouse on the Moon.
Okay. Never heard.
Yeah, she's a very young homesteading family. She's pregnant again, and just thrives on all of this. But they do. She does a lot. She makes just uses discard for pizza. Makes pizza doughs
That'd be good. Sourdough pizza breakfast.
Yeah,
That'd
I would
be
do.
good.
I would do that, and I would do the brownies, and I would do the English muffins once I figure out how to do that. But I'm not doing the crap.
I like making tortillas.
Yeah.
So, living traditions, Kevin did a
Oh,
recipe, and I go back there.
I watched them for a while, and then they started they were slowing. I guess it's more towards winter time when they were slowing down on some of their videos, and doing
They took a break.
took a break and whatever. And they've had some family health issues with family members that they had to do whatever. So, but I watched them on their chicken tractors, like after that first time we were at your place.
Yeah.
And how they set up their kitchen area, and that's kind of where we got the idea to use that table you got,
Sink.
the sink,
Yeah. That-
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I got that three sink, stainless steel sink. The
Yeah.
guy had it for sale for $450, and I saw it on the Facebook or Marketplace, and I said, "Hey, you still have it?" He said, "Yeah." And I said, "Would you take $400 for it?" He said, "Yeah." So I ran up to the truck and picked it up. Well, if I ever get it all hooked up, it's got a power washer in it, and where it heats the water up, and it takes 220. But I ever put it in a shop where I have a lot more electrical stuff. I can clean dishes like a
Dishwasher.
like a restaurant. It's actually a restaurant quality sink.
Nice.
But I thought, well, why can't I just dump ice in it and put water in it, but dump ice in it, so we clean the birds, we can drop them in there instead of trying to put in an ice chest. Ice chest is so small, really.
We just didn't want to bend over.
Well,
I know, right?
bending over is what kills my back.
I used to, when I was a kid, watching people garden whatever, and the stance, you just kind of just bend over, rest your arms on your knees and whatever. And I'm never going to do that, reason why you can't squat down. Oh my God.
I know.
I'm bending over using my...
The biggest expense of doing birds now is buying ice.
Yeah.
So expensive to buy ice.
Well, even, using the tables, folding tables, by the end of the day, my back was killing me. Just that little bend I was having.
Okay. All right, listen to me very carefully. You can get them through Amazon if you're an Amazon shopper. You can get them at Bed, Bath, and Beyond. They are the risers that you use for beds to raise it up.
Yes.
And there's two sizes. But they're $20 still to this day. You get four big ones and 4 little ones. Use that for your table.
That's what we use on ours outside.
So I use them to raise up the table when I'm cutting material.
Great idea.
We use them when we do the birds out. That way you don't have to bend over at all.
You really don't.
It raises up right where it's
It's
right
at your it's at your elbow
Yeah,
level.
that's exactly what I need.
And I processed 30 birds last time, and it went pretty fast.
We get ours in September.
Ours will be in September too, aren't they?
And when we get back from the cruise, we have to go to Lebanon.
Yeah.
We're picking ours up.
Yeah, we're gonna pick ours up in Lebanon.
I got it through Cackleberry, and they wanted $35 to ship, and then an additional $15 for postal fee.
So it'll be $50.
So I figured we could drive there and back for less than $50.
Yeah.
I just have to set everything up before we go, so that when we get home, we just shovel them in.
Yep. And make it worthwhile too.
I can get pictures, Penny. Welcome back. Yeah, that's how it goes. When she makes butter and her butter's in, that's how it goes. Everyone's getting bad.
In what? Our weather system sure is messed up, I think, to me. Seems like the last couple of years it's sporadic. It's all over. It's not like it used to be where spring comes in and then you have summer and then you have fall and then you have winter. It's like, you have summer and then all of a sudden winter's here. There's no fall.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you got springtime, which is real bad storms, all that stuff, and all of a sudden summer's here. It's instantly hot.
Exactly.
It's like, what the heck?
Because Susan,
What happened to it?
Oh, yeah.
There are police
That's
reported ahead.
cool. Penny, that's cool.
I'm going to who's doing the food list for your meetup? Jan? Is it Gail? Okay. I'm going to make Virginia Alexander's KFC coleslaw. She sent me the recipe.
Oh, awesome.
And, yeah, I found it. Miss Kitty the goat has enjoyed my collection of recipes that I've often printed off in paper form.
Yeah, she's eating them.
And I had, I've got missing corners and stuff, but nothing. So I had to clean things up the other day, and I found my KFC that Virginia Alexander sent me. Yeah, I'm excited about it. So I'll let Gail know that.
And she's outside now, Jen.
Oh, she is?
Yep.
Good.
She is also spending the night out there.
Yep, last 2 nights she's down, and she slept last 2 nights outside. She'll be out there all weekend. And
The only thing we're not sure is if she's drinking water on
Right.
her own.
Yeah, we go out with a bottle of water, and twice a day to make sure she's getting her water.
She gets thirsty. I was worried the chicks weren't drinking the water on the nipples on the feeder. And they were just going at it like they
she's out there hanging out with the goats, and so I know she knows where she's, you know.
Yeah, she's hanging. She's not.
She's kind of on the fringe, but
Yeah, she's not in with the group of goats. Matter of fact, the last time we brought her in, which was 2 nights ago,
Yeah.
right? So,
and last night, which is Thursday, Wednesday. Yeah, the last night she was in the house was Tuesday night.
so Tuesday we went out and got her. And she come out and she jumped up in the mule, and you know she acts like she thinks. You know, she says, "I'm a better goat. I'm a house goat."
Yeah. Right. I know. Spoiled.
Yeah, she's spoiled.
God. Yeah. She's so cute.
It was funny because the guy that came helped me with the internet yesterday. He said, "You know, last time I was here, you had a baby llama in the house." And I said, "Well, you just missed it. We had a baby goat in the house." He says, "You're kidding me." I said, "No, we had diapers on her."
And the llama in the house was 15 years ago because Avery was a little, and I have a picture someplace on my phone or in the cloud of Avery walking them.
Hello, Heather Langstrom. I just barely caught the name.
We're doing fine, Heather. We, had some ups and downs, last couple of months, but we have survived and become stronger from them. This road has always given us up.
It's, Oklahoma's roads aren't, they always seem like they got splits.
For collecting toll money, you'd think it'd be a lot better.
What is that toll road here, though?
Well, but still.
They start a 50-year project and never like Texas.
They got a lot of seams in it, a lot of places they seem together or something like that.
Choctaw.
Past Pryor now.
Yeah.
We had 61 miles to go, and I've shaved off another minute or two at 117 now. This is the slow part up here. We have to get past this and go a little faster. Get your pillow, lean back, go sleep. You roll over the side,
Yeah, I can sleep.
There's that place I want to go to.
Oh, the Amish cheese house.
Cheese house. Oh, no. I would want to go there.
Did you go in the one in Osceola with us?
Nope.
275 different cheeses.
Really? Wow.
And any other thing you could possibly want.
That's up in where?
Osceola. It's right past Collins if you're going south. No. This Springfield south? No. Anyway, if you go to the left on 13, it'll take you. I don't like colored cheeses. I like white cheddar
got it all covered.
I think I got it covered. I could have joked it when he said, "You're going to Texas. It's gonna be hot. Are you kidding me? Don't bring all that." So I did. I ended up having to borrow a pair of sweats from my son-in-law, and I wore my jacket every day except for maybe 1 or 2, and that was only for a little while because it was cold. It got cold.
I always try to check temperatures just to get an idea. My thing is, I always pack an extra shirt, underwear, and socks.
Yeah,
One each.
Jackets, one each. And I count the days we're gone, and then an extra.
yeah, that's how I do it too. Well, it looked like it was gonna. He was right. It was gonna be really hot, and one day it was. Well, a couple days it was, but it was also chilly at night. You know,
Yeah.
sort of like how the desert drops at night. You're geared in your winter clothes again.
Well, Sue walked out the other night and said, walked back down. She goes, "It's 80 degrees outside here still."
Yeah,
I said, "Yeah."
it was like that at home too.
Hey, road. Trying to find less bumpiness,
Yeah.
less road noise.
When I saw Tony and Angie, we were driving to Josh and Sherman's family farm,
Yeah.
and it's like they do each section, well, in sections, each part of the road in big blocks,
Yeah.
and it's crazy because you feel every one of them.
Now, here's a question, Jim. It shows we have 4 people in here, 5 people, and those 5 people who are actually chatting in there, or I mean, if you're a lurker in there, is that counting you or not?
I'll tell you.
We got 6 people here now. It says.
Yeah, was it 6, 7? Some people may have stepped out, came back.
Yeah, well, I was wondering. That actually shows you the people who are in there, no matter if they're chit chatting or not. Right?
I think those are people who should chat. No, those are people that are
Actually in there.
in the chat that they might not have talked about it. They might sit there. Yeah.
We got our plane reservations for going to the cruise.
No.
Going up's gonna be nice. Coming home's gonna be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I didn't know they had those anymore. I
Did
thought
not.
they were gone. We're on a red eye.
Coming
on,
home.
On Seattle.
We leave Seattle at 11:59 at night. We go
Which
to
is actually 1 o'clock our anyway, and then we fly to Minneapolis.
we find Minneapolis.
And we leave from Minneapolis at 5 a.m. or 5 a.m.
And
something.
we're back at
X and A.
X and A at 10 something in the morning, 10:42.
I didn't know they did red eyes anymore. I really didn't. I thought those were bygone, but I guess not.
So
Like holy
X
moly.
and A, what's that?
That's
Uh,
Arkansas.
Fayetteville. No,
Oh, so
The,
you're gonna fly in there.
it's easier.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
fly out of Arkansas and fly back into Arkansas.
Yeah.
Joplin, we could fly out of Joplin, but it's like $100 more a ticket.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's less to drive down there. It's kind of a pain in the ass for somebody to come pick us up, but
Yeah, we
You know,
got
it's
the
not
car
like
down
we're-
there. They parked the car down there, leave the car down there a long
well,
time.
we could, or you know.
Yeah.
That's what I thought we'd do, is drive this car down there
Yeah.
and leave it down there.
Yeah, because
Instead of trying to have somebody just take it down there. But we fly out at a decent time in the afternoon going up there.
Yeah.
So my sister has a friend that's a travel agent, and I was going to look for a room for us for Sunday night when the cruise was done, and because our flight was until the next, we knew we wouldn't be flying till the next day. So I don't know where to look, and you know we want to go cheap, but we want to be close to the airport in a sense because we're going to have to either Uber or taxi.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
while we're there. So she's going to call me Monday, but still, we have to spend the night someplace Sunday night, and we have all day Monday up to like 9 o'clock that night to do something. So we're hoping
Before we're supposed to be at the
at
airport.
the airport. So we're hoping maybe either his sister can come up that day or Heather Langstrom. No, Heather Milk and Honey Heather
Oh,
might
yeah.
be able to come up on Monday, and we can
She was talking about
you know, do lunch or something, you know,
that would be awesome.
because we're gonna have all our suitcases with us after like checkout.
After check out,
You
yeah.
know, so you don't know how those.
And we
all
also got to
look
check
at.
with the hotel. The hotel might have a ride to the airport.
True, that's an
Usually get a
idea.
shuttle.
That's true. So it was easy to do the hotel for when we fly in there because Scott and Jesse were able to find a place that you know had rooms and stuff. But
It's-
when we get back, we're on our own.
Yeah, 'cause we get back on Sunday, and, I don't know, like 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. So we have all day Sunday to around Seattle. We go to the fish market or whatever.
Yeah. That'll be
It's, you know,
I couldn't find a straight through flight to Texas to save my life. And I looked at, I guess it was the very first of January. And I could not find a straight through flight.
Huh.
Missouri to Texas.
No, yeah, you have to.
It was ridiculous. And then when coming home, I didn't get home until I landed 11:25, but didn't get out of the Springfield until, gosh, about 12. Didn't get home. I think we got home about 12. It was early. Poor Kevin was exhausted.
Well, you know, not only finding, you know, a decent route or whatever, it's also the timing.
Yeah.
You know, when I go to California, leaving here is not
There's a lane closure ahead.
leaving here is not that big of a deal. I usually go in the afternoon. Is it in the afternoon? In morning, and I get into California in the afternoon. I can't remember. It's like half a day. But when I come back, my flight choice is either a 6 to 7 o'clock flight in the morning or an afternoon, which puts me home. The afternoon, I get home about 8. It's not too bad. It's not great.
well, that's when you get home at 6 something,
yeah, it wasn't
7 something.
yeah, it wasn't too bad, but I don't want to ask my sisters or my mom when she was driving to get up at 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock to get me to the airport so I
Yeah.
can catch a 7 o'clock. That's
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
Like,
And Jerry's retired, so he can come get me anytime. You got to start using that lotion. Your arms look horrible.
I got an extra half day because we didn't
There are lane closures ahead.
take off till 4,
Yeah.
4:05. But then I had to go to O'Hare, which I loathed.
That thing was stinky. I wonder which lane it was in.
Yeah.
I went there, but I had a 5-hour layover. But I sat next to some cool people that lived in Lake of the Ozark. We had a great time.
See, I did my flight a couple of years ago, and I was in Chicago for a 5-hour layover. My sister had a fit, and so she canceled that flight. Peggy, her friend,
Chicago.
Right.
Yeah.
And in Chicago, you can get delayed a lot easier than you do in Dallas.
Right.
Well,
So,
the last time, not this past time, the last time I flew into O'Hare, I was sitting at my gate. I was so excited I found it. I didn't have, too much to go through to get there. And I'm waiting and it's dark. There's no lights on, no
Yeah.
one's coming
Yeah.
in to open the counter. And I'm like, something's really wrong here. Hey, Tiffany. And
Hey,
so
Tiff.
I go and I find someone, and they go, "Oh, your gate has been moved." And I go, "Really? Well, that would have been really nice if y'all made an announcement,
yeah.
And I can't read those words.
Right.
Save my life. I get too confused. So anyway, I made it to the gate. What a fiasco that was. And I get very stressed out when I fly. I have to do a lot of breathing and calming my inner self down. Only if I have to go to O'Hare. Dallas, I can't see it going to either. But O'Hare is just not my cup of tea.
You're okay, Penny. That's funny.
What?
She says a little bit ago, I believe it does show them too, Jerry, and it just says who they are. And then she says, I apologize, Jerry, I was behind when I answered your question about the lurkers, but I'm back on time now with life. Please forgive me. It's no problem, Penny. It's just
I had
because you were asked about the
Yeah,
lurkers.
I'll let
And she was
people know.
in. Yeah.
had to refresh.
Well, don't you? What do you fly? What airline do you fly, Jan?
What in the air? What's in the air?
American or Delta.
Well, American, you can get their app and they update you on gate changes and
Yeah,
I does
times
too.
and all that.
Yeah,
You know,
I did.
you didn't.
I did.
Well, I haven't called Peter for the cruise line yet, but I'm calling to see if that's the only airline. If we already think that they can get us back, coming back.
At the same
Yeah.
price.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, if that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. But
how many people are going
well,
Not as many as
not as
that
many
started
that
out.
that all swear up and down they're going to go and stuff. I mean,
Well, things happen.
I understand that, but they had at one point they had 44 rooms booked, and according to Scott, they've got 20 rooms booked. So,
Well, like Mike and Terry were going to go, but they
But
had
Mike-
to change
yeah,
because of
Mike
Mike's
retired.
surgery.
and he has his surgery. He retired from surgery. They decided not to go. So, I mean, I don't know all who said they were going to go beforehand. Ann Dale's still going with her group. She's taking
Auntie
her.
Ann still going?
Huh?
Auntie Ann.
Don't know. But Ann Dale's going with her daughter and son-in-law and her husband and the grandkids. Yeah, it's like that. It's a big fun group there. Of course, Scott and Jesse and us and Dale was the third one to book. We were the fourth ones to book.
Linda from
Glenda's going. Gillum's going. As far as I know, I heard they're still going to go.
Well, y'all are just going to have a trip like
we are because we booked some
Yeah,
excursions.
we got an excursion booked.
Yeah.
I got a fishing trip booked. Now I asked Jesse and Lisa. They're not going to do hardly anything. They're just going to stay on the boat most of the time. And I asked
But
if
there's a lot of stuff to do on the boat.
Yeah, there is.
right, but they, Jess talked about going fishing at one point, and I wanted to go fishing.
Hang on. I mean, they've been on Alaska
Yeah.
cruises a couple times.
Jess talked about
Oh.
talked about going fishing, and bringing fish back. And Susan and I love fish. And the problem is you can't get fresh fish, ocean fish in Missouri very well.
Yeah.
So I I booked a fishing trip for myself. Susan's not going. On a boat out of Juneau. There's only 6 people on the boat fishing, so it's not like it's going to be so crowded.
Nice.
And you pay. Yeah, we get there. You have to pay $20 for fishing license, which that to me is nothing. And then you pay them a fee after of them process the fish for you, and they ship it back to your house for you.
Yeah.
Freeze it and ship it to your house. So when you get home, the fish will show up a day or two after you get home. So,
Who your friends are.
me, you know, I thought, well, shoot, 6 people on board. That's not. I mean, I've gone fishing trips where there's like 30 people on board.
Oh yeah, you're lying.
Yeah, you're the first time you're out, everybody's trying to fish, and then people start thinning out because they've caught a fish or two. They start not fishing as much, but
Yeah.
this is only gonna be 6 people, so there'll be, I don't know, 2 or 3 people fishing at a time. We're out for like 3 or 4 hours, I think.
That'll be a blast.
So that to me was one of the things I did. I've been in Juneau before because I had a friend of mine who lives in Juneau, and I went up there and spent how many days I was up there, a week and a half, something like that. And I did duck hunting with him. You know, now he no longer lives there, but when he did live there, him and I, well, there's only 4 people, I know of only 4 people in the country that had licenses to be able to go on the airport property with guns and hunt ducks. And I had gotten my clearance to the FBI, and I was one of the people who could hunt ducks on the airport. So I've been up there, and I brought home like, I don't know, 20 some odd ducks when I came home. And
So you're on the airport property?
Yeah, we were on airport property and shooting ducks.
Yeah, they don't want those in
Yeah, it's because they have a lot of seaplanes there that land.
there. Yeah.
And so, but they don't just let anybody come on there. You have to have a FBI clearance.
Yeah.
And they got my clearance, which which I've been cleared with lots of things anyways.
How fun.
And we went on there, and like I said, I spent 14 days there. And then he took me out. I mean, it's so different there because Juneau is landlocked. The only way you can get it's the capital of Alaska. The only way you can get in there is by plane or by boat. You can't drive in.
Okay.
And he took me down their strip. He calls it their highway strip. It goes goes north for a while and just stops.
Oh.
It just stops. This is where we turn the road right here.
Wow.
You know, he took me the other way and it just stops. And I said, "So is this ever planned on going?" He goes, "Who knows?" He goes, that's where he goes.
Wow.
When I went out duck hunting, he took me out. We went out in the morning and he put me on this big open area. And I said, "Now, just watch the water doesn't get behind you." I said, "Excuse me?" He said, "Well, there's little ups and downs here." I said, "Yeah." He said, "The water will come in and you'll have to move to higher ground." Well, the water came in and it ended up coming in like 20 feet deep. The tide was unbelievable. I ended up climbing up on this little mountain hill, and I got to the top of it. I'm sitting on this area, and it's about the size of my chair, sitting on it. Thinking, oh crap! I guess anymore. I'm in the water. He came by. He said, "You all right?" He was on a boat. He was steering the ducks up so I could shoot ducks. He said, "You all right?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "How much land am I going to lose?" He said, "Oh no, it's at the high peak now." He said, "You're good." And I said, "Okay." But it was interesting.
Wow. Kevin wants to go to the Boundary Waters.
Go where?
The Boundary Waters. It's Canada.
Oh. Is that like Niagara Falls area?
No, it's where the 3 points meet. Oh my gosh. His brother lives there. Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Great Lakes area.
Yeah, there's one. They don't live in Michigan.
Is it Wisconsin, Michigan, and
It's by Iowa.
It's Minnesota, northern Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota.
Part of Canada.
Yeah.
And then another place.
is that
Part of the Superior National Forest, and
wants to
camp out there.
he wants to kayak down through all the waters itself and
Yeah, I think if he does, he'll just get a rent a canoe because it's bigger. I
Yeah.
don't think he'll go wrong then.
mine would be a 24-foot cabin cruiser.
Right.
Yeah. Or a big bass tracker. What do they call them? Bass boats, party boats.
Oh, the pontoons.
Yeah, pontoons.
Yeah. No, they don't let It's all natural. It's all.
Put a sail on it. Just sail it.
Yeah.
They gotta fly. It drives me crazy.
This is a nice smooth road.
Yeah, it's all new. This is one of the nicest parts of the.
Yeah. Look at there. They actually did something with the tone.
Yeah. I think it ends right here though.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Probably took 20 years to get that pitch.
That was the nicest part.
Yeah, now you're back.
Yeah. We got 36 minutes more to go.
There's a peach barn.
Yeah, Peach Farm.
We have a farm store up the road, and they have really good prices. I used to get big, huge bags of apples for Tony there. He loved it. We didn't.
Jess was there yesterday working the bees.
Yeah.
My he calls it the mother hive. I call it hive 1.
Yeah.
He goes, we there, put it in that nuke. He took the split off of, so they have plenty of bees and plenty of stores, which is like honey and stuff for them to survive off of. That's okay.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'll pull it out. You go over there and we'll get it ready, and I'll put it in there. And he goes, put that smaller feeder that you got in there, and we'll take care of that. So I said, okay, fine. So we did all that, and he's looking. We go back, and he's looking at it. And he says, I think you should put another super on here. And I looked at him and said, say what? He said, yeah, I think you should put another super. He goes, the super you have, which is where the honey's at. He said it weighs about 45 pounds. It's a lot fuller than you think it is.
When do you harvest that?
Probably July.
Nice.
First part of July, the middle of July, it will be. It all depends on how fast they fill the super up. So we added another super onto it.
Fantastic.
So
You've done such a good job with the bees.
We were really thrilled with what we saw after he did the
after the swarm.
after the swarm,
Yeah.
not counting the swarm, because you actually opened hive number 1 at that time. You hadn't opened it before, and you took it off, and it was just like chock full of. I mean, every frame had
Bees on it.
bees on both sides of it.
Wow.
So that made us feel really good. It didn't even count the bees that swarmed off. I think you did such a good job winterizing
them,
and
and
they
they
survived the winter.
They not only did they survive, they thrived.
They
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
I think that straw where you placed it,
Yeah.
that was key.
I think that was too. And Jess said, "Hey, I like this. This is a pretty good idea."
Yeah.
Plus, it wasn't what you wanted, but it worked. The styrofoam
I put
cover.
half-inch
Yes.
styrofoam,
That's right.
white styrofoam around it, which is not what I really wanted, but it worked. But
It don't have to look pretty.
nope.
Nope.
It
That's
just
keep
has to
warm.
be functional.
So anyway,
So yeah, your goal of having your bees survive the winter,
right. I
you
did.
achieved it.
Yeah, I achieved that goal. That was the main thing to keep them alive. So on Monday, I had to do the split, which that video is coming out tomorrow, I think it is. I think it comes out tomorrow. But I did the split